We're talking to Paul and Jennifer Teigrob about their shop, Heavy Metal Custom Shop here in Bellingham, Washington. When did this business start?
We started the business officially about 2.5 years ago. We worked for probably close to 3 years, evenings and weekends, trying to build clientele and grow the business while I worked a regular day job. And then it was May of 2017.
Yep.
Is when we officially opened our doors here.
So what does your shop do, Paul?
We do two things. My background is in Volkswagen service, so outside of our business is Volkswagen specialty. We do anything from air-cooled to current Volkswagen's bumper-to-bumper service. My passion that, lifelong, what I've always done for a hobby and for fun has been hot rods, custom stuff, engine swaps, off-road, 4x4 stuff. So that's the heavy metal custom shop side of the business, is all sorts of fun stuff like that.
You ever combine both of them together?
We do sometimes combine both together. Yeah, we've done some custom stuff on Volkswagens. We have some cars here today that are, we've got a Jet out here with air ride. We've got an air-cooled Beetle motor that's all dressed up and powder coated, and we certainly do mix.
So Jennifer, what do you do here?
Well, I'm also really passionate about cars, so this was a dream that we had together. We've built a few cars together. I'm a little more into the American cars than the Volkswagens, but I work on marketing stuff. I love meeting people. I love hearing cars stories and how people got them and how they fit in the family, and just seeing people's passion for the cars, because that's where I'm at. I don't have as much technical knowledge or anywhere close to what Paul has, but I just love cars and the stories that come with them and car people.
So it's a great team then?
It is.
Yeah, I think so.
What are your future plans for the heavy metal custom shop?
We want to focus the business more, so one thing that I really enjoy and what we feel the area is lacking is someone to specialize in modern powertrain swaps and performance. So there's a few projects that we've done for customers that really utilize that, and so we want to push that a lot more. So, LS swaps, really any sort of modern powertrain swaps, and that kind of thing is what we're moving towards with the custom shop.
And do you have a website and a Facebook page?
Yes, we do.
Could you announce it?
Yeah, so it's just heavymetalcustomshop.com. HMCgarage.com is our Volkswagen side of things, and then Facebook as well for the two businesses, and Instagram.
So what is your favorite car?
My favorite car? Wow, that's a really good question. I like a lot of different cars for a lot of different reasons. Right now I'm pretty fond of my 64 Bonneville Patina car. I just fell in love with it. It was being sold as a parts car for $350, and it's just gorgeous natural patina, and so we threw a LS in there, and it cruises, and it's beautiful. So
Is it here, Jennifer?
it is. Yep, it's out front.
I'll take a picture of it.
Okay, great.
Paul, what's your favorite car?
My favorite car is probably the car I bought when I turned 18. It's a 1990 Camaro. It's currently at home with no engine or transmission, but yeah, that's something that I think I'll have for life, and I have big plans for an LS swap in that, and twin turbos, and so it'll be a lot of fun. I'm hoping I can get to that in the next few years.
I love the logo.
Thank you.
Who designed the logo?
I did.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy a t-shirt. Paul and Jennifer, thank you so much for the interview. I love the shop.
Thank you.
And I love your enthusiasm and passion. Thanks.
Thank you.
Here's a car owned by Bob Lyons that Don Charbonneau is doing. Mr. Lyons has been working on this car for 6 years. That's a long time. He said it's almost done, it's going to get the upholstery done. And Don is doing the pinstriping right now. Coat of arms of the Lion clan from Scotland. We're at the heavy metal custom shop with Don Charbonneau, and he is doing some pinstriping for us right here on this vehicle. Don is a member of the 2016 Hall of Fame pinstriping club. When did you get started, Don?
I started in artwork. I got started when I was really young. My uncle took comic books and we'd draw pictures out of the comic books, you know, ink them and draw them and color them. And I sold my first fine art painting when I was 15.
Do you remember what it was?
It was a pencil drawing, actually, not a painting, but it was of a blind medicine man. And I sold that. And then as far as pinstriping stuff, I've been doing sign painting, and which is where all this came from. I did that in '79 is when I started.
Now you have Native American roots, so a lot of your original paintings are Native American, aren't they?
Almost all of them. Blackfeet Nation, Browning, Montana.
Do you take your art back to the reservation and sell it there too?
Constantly.
Excellent.
Usually there's a museum down there, Department of Interior Museum. I have shows there once in a while. The very first show I did, I begged and whined and cried, and then they gave me a show. The second one, they invited me to come. They wanted me there, so I guess all that whining and begging actually paid off, huh?
Yeah. Now, do you make a living doing the pinstriping?
It depends on what you call living. See, since I'm a sign painter, I've always been working at sign shops, running other people's sign shops. And right now, currently, I work for King County Metro. And to tell you the truth, I've never done more airbrush, more pinstriping, more hand lettering at any sign shop. I haven't done more of that. I've actually done more of that in King County, doing retirement signs and doing lettering different equipment. And the reason why is not just because it's fun. The reason why is if the stuff is actually looks good, the guys take pride in it. And after they take pride in it, they take better care of the equipment. So
Good point.
they actually, encourage that a little bit. And then if you have like 25, 30 years of service, you're in public service, you don't get a severance pay or any of that when you leave on retirement. You actually get, you'll get a sign, a painted sign, and hand lettered, pinstriped, and a lot of people that have them, my goal is to touch them and make them feel appreciated, but also I want to see them cry.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's perfect. Make them feel it, right?
feel it deep down. So that's what I shoot for.
When you first started pinstriping, did you have a muse? Did you have someone show you how to do it?
Actually, my pinstriping came from sign painting because you had to pinstripe menu boards back in the day. I had a mentor, Ed Wall, and he was doing it in the good old days. 1932 is when he started. So he was doing gold leaf on windows and hand lettering on buildings and billboards, and that's what he taught me. And that was I was very fortunate to come under his wing.
When I first started seeing pinstriping, I used to see spider webs,
Yeah.
flames, and it always impressed me on how it came out. But I see you right now, you're chalking in the drawing and then you'll do the pinstriping.
Yeah, I'll do the drawing, this illustration here, and it's actually part of his coat of arms for his family.
Oh, okay. By the way, is there a health problem with all the paint and thinner and all that for some artists?
There used to be a major health problem because all of this paint that I use used to have lead. Mm-hmm. And since then they've taken the lead out. The paint's not as tough as it used to be, so you really got to take care of it. But back when it was lead, signs would last 100 years.
I remember seeing Big Daddy Roth do T-shirts at fairgrounds. And other things like that, and I was always impressed at how quick he could do it. He used what did he use? Not air gun.
Airbrush.
Airbrush, yes. Do you use airbrush much yourself?
Yes, I do. But when I do a painting or a mural that's airbrush, I don't leave it at just airbrush. Because to me it looks too sterile. Mm-hmm. Too manufactured. I like some life to it, so I use the paintbrush on it too. On a lot of my illustrations, I still do illustrations. I still lay out for ads and stuff like that on the side. I'll never give it up, even though I got a regular job per se. I'll never give it up. It gets into your bones. You just don't give it up.
Is there a website or a Facebook page we can go to get more information about your art?
About my art, my name is Don Charbonneau, and it's Charbonneau. And then the business has one also, and that's Pride Custom Art.
What is the biggest piece you ever done in a car? The whole car, the hood?
Whole hood.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole hood. And I've done that on race cars, a lot of race cars. I still letter race cars, even though most of them are vinyl nowadays. On stock cars, I had one gentleman, every time he ran, everybody's running vinyl, he's running paint. And the reason why he ran paint is durability. Because if a tire rubs up against vinyl, you have to buy a new set of vinyl. If a tire rubs up against the paint, all they had to do is armor all and get the tire mark off the paint. So it was a matter of economics.
Don, we've appreciated the interview. I think you're doing a wonderful job, and I see a lot of your art around, and I'll be going to your website and telling everybody about your art. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're talking to Amelia here about her love of Porsches, Porsche engines, This is your engine, isn't it?
It is. So this is out of my 1962 356 Super 90. And we took it all apart about 7-8 years ago and had the body painted, and we're going through a restoration, and we resealed the engine. And then here in the next few weeks, hopefully we'll put it back in the car and get it on the road again.
How'd you get your love of Porsche engines and Porsches?
My husband's father was actually imported from Germany by a dealer in California who needed Porsche mechanics and Volkswagen mechanics in the 60s. So he answered an ad in the newspaper and went to a dealership in California, and then years later Eric was around and arrived, and his dad was racing 356s and 912s at Laguna Seca, and Eric grew up in the pits, and he grew up just loving Porsches and Volkswagens. And then in 84 or 85, Eric purchased this Porsche, and right when he was in high school, and he's owned it ever since. So we've had it for about 34 years.
What's Eric's dad's name?
Volker Tritz. We call
That's
him
a good
Hans.
German name.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Is he still working on engines and things?
No, he's way past too old for that, but you know, he still has the love for them.
Now, you also say you work for a Porsche dealership?
Yeah, I worked at Roger Jobs or Porsche Bellingham for 16 years, and I was in the parts department there, and I definitely grew my love for Porsche working there, and for Volkswagen and Audi.
We're talking to Amelia about her engine sitting right here, and we're going to talk about your Porsche driver training and Volkswagen training. Tell us what that's about. What does it consist of?
So when Porsche has events, they'll have like dealership personnel training days, and they basically are intensive schooling about how the vehicles handle, how they, basically everything about them and driving. And so they believe that if the dealership personnel actually gets to experience how the vehicles run and drive and handle, that passion will come through in the way that we sell and our knowledge about Porsche, Volkswagen, and Audi. And so I went to Atlanta to their Porsche division there, and also Porsche of LA, and did driver's training there. Then with Volkswagen, I've done driver's training all over, and they put us through basically the motions in all the regular cars that they sell. And we are, you know, basically encouraged to thrash the cars and put them hard, drive them hard, take the tires off, and have a good time. And so, you know, you definitely gain extreme respect for how well the vehicles can handle and how they drive. Where I would never drive my own vehicle that way because I don't want to put the stress on the transmission or the engine or the tires, because I pay for all that. Well, they encourage us to go way past that and really have a good time. And it definitely builds a respect and an enthusiasm about the vehicles. So I've been an enthusiast ever since I met my husband, because it just became such a fun thing to get into. I'm an equestrian, so I love riding, and I love to ride fast and hard, and so it's kind of the same nature. It's all about horsepower, so it's a lot of fun.
Amelia, how much fun is it to drive a car like that as to the end, to beyond the limit? Is it crazy? Is it wild? Does it get you all fired up?
Extremely exhilarating. Yeah, I love it. We actually took 5 very hot Porsches. We had turbos, we had RSs, we had I can't remember all the different vehicles, the GTS, and we had those at a track, and we were with a driver trainer, you know, basically a professional race car driver, and they encourage you to go outside of your comfort zone. They force you to go outside your comfort zone, and you gain a whole new knowledge and an experience, and you get to do probably, you know, 5-6 laps, and then you get to go think about it. And then they would be like, let's do it again. And you get to do another 5 or 6, and they want you to improve on what your last go was. And so it's fascinating to learn how to drive a vehicle and how exciting it is and how safe it actually is to push your boundaries. And it's a blast. I really love it. And I wish that I could be doing it a lot more. But I enjoyed every moment of it.
Amelia, have you ever rolled one?
No.
Okay.
No,
Good.
that's the only thing they said, is that the rules are in driving these vehicles is shiny side up and don't deploy the airbags. That is the only rule. Everything else is fair game. Go have fun.
Excellent. Thank you,
Yeah.
Amelia.
Thank you.
Oh, what color is your car so when we see it on the
white.
road?
It's white with black interior.
We'll be looking for it.
Sounds great. Thank you.
We're talking to James about his beautiful car here. It is beautiful, isn't it?
Thank you.
Now, how long have you had it?
I've had it close to 20 years.
And what is it?
It's a 1972 Chevelle 4-door hardtop.
And how much did you pay for it?
I paid $350 for it
From Penny Saver,
from
right?
the Penny Saver in Phoenix, Arizona.
What have you done with it?
I've been through the entire engine, full rebuild. I put just a seal kit and a shift kit in the transmission. Suspension, steering, everything mechanical has been gone through. Mechanical and electrical. Done almost nothing cosmetic to it other than I sort of cleaned the oxidation off the paint and then just left it the way it is.
Why?
I just kind of wanted to see what it would look like one day if I started rubbing on it with a red Scotch pad and all these different shades of green started coming through. Some parts of the car I haven't touched yet, and some parts are one layer deep, and most of the car I think is down to what's left of the original paint.
And what is the original paint color?
I did look it up. I found the body tag. I can't remember the name of it. Sea mist green or something like that. It was a 71, 72 color. I can't recall the name right now.
Do you drive it every day?
I used to drive it every day. I'm about once or twice a week now. It leaks quite a bit. So
Oh, does
I
it?
don't drive it in the rain.
So you have to have an umbrella when you're inside.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, James. Thanks so much.
Okay, thank you.